Not good. Oh look, it's Friday the 8th of July. This is Westpac's video cast from our London office, covering the major economics and market events of the day. And there's only one. It was the US jobs report, and it was a shocker. Employment grew only 18,000 in the month of June, way weaker than anyone expected. Our bottom of the range, 65,000 forecast, was pretty pessimistic, but it came in significantly weaker than that, and the average forecast was something around 100,000. So a lot of disappointment in the figures. The detail in the report was almost universally bad. There were back revisions to the downside. Another 44,000 jobs were shaved off the previously published April and May numbers. In the whole quarter as a whole, the second quarter as a whole, jobs growth slowed by half, basically, compared to what it grew in the first quarter. And that's consistent with what's been happening in the economy. The economy was growing at a reasonable pace at the end of last year, generating some jobs growth in the early part of this year. But as the economy has slowed, 1.9% in the first quarter, on our forecast 1.2% annualised in the second quarter, employment growth has been slowing consistent with that. Some of the other detail: hourly earnings were flat in the month, hours worked fell 0.3%. That's going to constrain household income in the month ahead, and that's going to be impacting on numbers like retail sales and so on as we proceed through July and into August. The unemployment rate rose to 9.2%, its highest for the year so far. It would have risen even more sharply higher were it not for a drop in participation in the labour force. In fact, the separate household survey that they used to calculate the unemployment rate recorded a job loss of almost 500,000 in the month of June. But that series is much more volatile than the establishment survey or the payroll survey that we normally quote. So really a very weak report. The only story in town, impact on markets. Look, I'm actually heading down to Australia today, so the Dow hasn't opened yet in the US, but the futures market there is down more than 0.8%. The average loss on European stock markets is just over 1% today. Commodity markets are mixed. Oil prices are down 2%. Copper prices are down down around 1% at the moment, but gold prices are up around 0.5% at $1,539 an ounce. The Aussie dollar took a hit on the figures. Basically, weaker US jobs means weaker US growth, which means weaker commodity prices, and weaker global growth feeds into increased risk aversion, and we saw the Aussie dollar sold by about 0.6 of a cent, trading at 1.071 as I speak at the moment. Look, on Monday we've got Aussie housing finance figures coming out. In fact, Australia is where I'll be on Monday. I'll be handing over to my colleague Altaz Daza. He'll be doing this daily video cast for the next few weeks. I'll be back in late July. Okay, thanks very much for watching, and you'll look forward to seeing me in 3 weeks' time.